Who do we need to talk to at the NHL about getting the freaking NHL Network on YouTube TV? Someone let me know, please. What's up, hockey fans? Welcome back to the channel. Week 1's officially over. We're on to week 2. I thought it'd be a good idea for us to jump on here and talk a little bit about the first week in the NHL's 2024-2025 season. We had some matinee games today. We're not going to jump too much into those. I'm not going to review those, but Utah finally lost. One of the undefeateds is now defeated. First loss in franchise history goes to the New Jersey Devils, or actually lost. You guys lost to the Devils, so you know that's a thing. The New Jersey Devils are part of your history now. Suck it. Go Devils, by the way, even though I'm wearing Penguins today. Don't let the Penguins gear throw you off. I'm a Sharks fan, but I'm watching the Pens right now because I can't watch the Rangers and the Rangers and the Red Wings right now because it's on NHL Network, and I don't have the NHL Network. You would think a guy like me who's obsessed with hockey would get the NHL Network, but I'm not paying another goddamn subscription to get the NHL Network. I already pay enough. All right. YouTube needs to get their shit together and get the NHL Network. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. If you're new here, do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because we're talking hockey all year long as much as I possibly can do it. We got some time today, so let's do it. Yeah. What are we doing today? Well, we're going to talk about the first week that just happened to the NHL. It was a good one. A lot of surprises, a lot of shockers, I think for a good amount of people, myself included. We had some health news on a couple players. We've already went over Malkin Celebrini. That one's a bummer, for sure it is. If you're a Florida Panthers fan, you know about your injury. So we're just going to cover these a little bit. I'm going to give you a little bit of my notes on the week and how it went, some of the biggest headlines, and then we're going to talk about some of the players that stood out this week. So let's not beat around the bush anymore than we have to, and let's talk about it, okay? So like I said, yes, we have injuries. Malkin Celebrini is supposedly dealing with a hip injury. I'm imagining he got that in the preseason. If you watch the preseason from the Sharks, you saw he went down to the boards. It was all over Twitter. You didn't have to watch the game. You probably saw it on Twitter somewhere. But yeah, he's down. I guess supposedly he's dealing with a hip injury. I'm not super stoked they revealed it's a hip injury. People want to say players don't target injuries. Yeah, they do. All right. So that being in the news, especially for our first overall pick, our rookie, I don't want people cross-checking him in the back, in the hip, any more than they need to. So wasn't stoked to hear that was news, or actually in the news. But what are you going to do? Yeah, he's not on the road trip because he's placed on IR. He's going to be out for at least 7 days, which means we're not going to see him face off against Bedard, which sucks. Last year's first overall versus this year's first overall. They play a lot in the summer, or they train together in the summer, from what we've seen or heard. So that would have been cool to see them on the ice together, but we're going to have to miss it this time. And honestly, I think the best time to see that matchup would be on home ice in the Shark Tank. So it's okay. It just kind of sucks, you know. It is what it is. We're going to let that one slide. Cool thing, though, today, if you guys haven't seen, Malkin did an interview where he showed a little bit more personality than he did on Chicklets previously on the Empty Netters. So shout out to the Empty Netters guys if you ever come across my videos. What's up? I'm a fan. Good interview. Go check that one out. Pretty funny to hear that our boy Will Smith is into the Cougars, and it's not a shocker because I've been in Santana Row and I've been to downtown Los Gatos. And they're everywhere down there. Okay, those are my old stomping grounds back in the day. You throw on the little business coat, look a little proper, you might pull yourself a cougar. And I know those boys can do it. So, anyways, we're gonna move on. Next one up, Andrei Barkov is out 2 to 3 weeks with a lower body injury. Yep. He goes down in game 2 against the Ottawa Senators, basically going feet first, trying to save an empty net attempt. It didn't look super painful, but I've done it myself. I've slid into the boards feet first, and that compression that you feel on your knees, lower back, ankles, sometimes your hips, that could be painful. And these guys are going a lot faster than I ever went. So yeah, I can imagine that one hurts. But yeah, Panthers are out there captain for at least 3 weeks. Let's call it 2.5. It's been a couple days already, so let's call it 2.5. But yeah, that sucks. Also sucks that Matthew Tkachuk is out with whatever illness he's dealing with. Probably COVID. It's Florida. We know how Florida likes to address COVID down there. So he's probably out with that, if I had to guess. But yeah. Next up, what we got? Oh, baby. The Edmonton Oilers. Oh, the Edmonton Oilers. I've talked about you plenty of times in the past. And lo and behold, the Edmonton Oilers are starting the season with a little bit of rough patch, going 0-3 to start the season after playing deep into the Stanley Cup playoffs. Obviously, they went to the finals. I think that has a little bit of effect on them. For sure, I think it does. It's not too long ago they were most likely playing through injuries during that run. I gotta imagine some things are probably still lingering. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but that's a lot to be playing last year and then to play so quickly again this year. Off to a rough start. I'm not shocked because you guys had to start Stuart Skinner in net. You know, I've mentioned Stuart Skinner's problems in the past, and I don't think I don't know, man. I don't know. All I gotta say is if they go with Stuart Skinner in net for Canada during the Four Nations face-off, I think our chances are good for the USA. All right. Yep. You guys lost home opener, a big one, a big all stinker. Stuart Skinner actually got pulled in that one, which was, brought the LOLs to your boy here. And then they lose hockey night in Canada, first hockey night in Canada, the battle of the Connors. Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks coming in and just putting it on Pickard. Stuart Skinner didn't get that start either. Well, he didn't get that start. I didn't say either, but he didn't get it because he got the last one. And then he played again in the first Battle of Alberta to the Calgary Flames, the now undefeated Calgary Flames. It was rough times. There's rough times in Edmonton right now. I can imagine some of the fans are probably losing their mind. It's okay. You guys have been there before. I don't know. You guys gonna fire your coach after you guys lose to the Sharks? Who knows? We'll see. It would be kind of funny to see that happen again. But yeah. But Edmonton is struggling. Being outscored. Was it 15-3? 15-3. And you guys got two of the best players in the league right now. Oh, that's a tough one. But you guys need to lose the Battle of Alberta. Calgary is wearing that hat right now, or their toque, or whatever the hell it is you guys call up there. They're the champs at the moment for that. It's not a state. What is it? A Providence? They're wearing that right now. But you guys will play them again on November 3rd. So that one should be entertaining. Who knows? We'll see. But let's move on, shall we? Oh, speaking of Calgary Flames, they're the best team in Alberta. I'm just letting you guys know. Nose is itching right now. But yeah, undefeated right now. Who saw that one coming? I didn't see that coming at all. Calgary Flames, man. We thought they were down and out in game 1 against Vancouver. I turned that game off. I've told you guys. I turned that game off. They come back and win 6-5 in the home opener. Connor Zary's goal. That was beautiful. It happened like in slow motion too, which was pretty dope, but also like same time. I think there could have been a hit somewhere, but regardless. Then Calgary takes down the Flyers. and then they take down Edmonton 4-1. And you guys are undefeated. I did not have that on the bingo card for sure. I'll tell you that right now. I didn't have them being better than the Sharks for sure. I mean, it's still early, so we'll see what happens at the trade deadline if you guys blow it up anymore. But yeah, pretty excited. Calgary fans, let me know how you're feeling down over there, or up there, I should say. I gotta apologize. I'm watching the Penguins game right here, so if you see me looking over, I'm looking at my iPad. It's playing back there, but yeah, we're moving on. Next up, stick taps. I don't have a stick right now, but we're stick tapping for Yevgeny Malkin. 1,300 points. He hit that milestone. He's now what? He's the 37th player in the league to do that, that's pretty dope. Let's just be real. I mean, that seems like a kind of a big number, like you wouldn't really think of first thought, but I'm like, out of all the players in the history of the league, he's 37th. Sick. There's only 2 players that are better than him right now as far as points goes. That's Sidney Crosby, and then you got Alex Ovechkin. Crosby might be hitting 1,600 tonight. I'm kind of looking for that right now. It's kind of why I'm repping right now. I was never a huge Crosby fan, but I am now. Now that I'm older and that he's old, he's what, same age as me, basically. I can appreciate the man's game a lot more now. Now that I don't hate him as much as I did back in the day. I will still always hate Crosby for taking my San Jose Sharks Stanley Cup. I mean, that was a lopsided Stanley Cup, but that was our one shot we had. So far. Moving on. Igor Shesterkin said, hell nah. I need more money than that. 88 million. 11 million. Average. He said no. I need more than that. What's the number going to be? I'm guessing it's probably going to be 12, 12.2, 12.5, something like that. He's going to reset the goalie market. Cap's going up. We know this. He wants to get paid. But in the meantime, the New York Rangers were like, you know what? Let's shelve that for a little bit. We don't need to really address it right this second. Prove to us that you're worth that much money. In the meantime, we're going to work on our boy Alexis Lafreniere's contract, because that man needs to get paid as well. Laf had to hit a great postseason. He had a great season last year too. I'm not to say postseason, but he had a great season altogether. He's got to get paid. It would be foolish not to pay that man. It'd be foolish not to pay both of them, but let's address that one first. Supposedly he's offered 8x8. 8 years at $8 million. I think that's okay. That's okay for Laf. And goddamn, my nose is itching, man. I'm sorry. It's itching right now. Let's move on. All right. Vancouver. Tyler Myers went down. It looked pretty scary. Well, actually, it looked kind of goofy. Let's just be honest. I watched it like a couple times. I want to say like 5 times in a row, and I could not figure out where that injury was going to lie on him. He couldn't put any weight on his leg, which was scary for Vancouver fans. I know. For me, I was like, yeah, it happens. But good news is he's listed as day-to-day, and he actually practiced today. He's on the road trip with the boys, so I got to assume he's going to be in the lineup sometime soon. We'll see. We're moving on. Yep. Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars cannot be fucked with right now. All right. They're undefeated as well. They seem to not slow down at all. Other than losing to Edmonton, all right, in the last games they played. But Dallas is still Dallas. They lost some players. Pavelski he's here. He's chilling with me now. He's back in the Sharks uni where he belongs. But that's a key member from that locker room. They got some rookies up there. Bork's there now. We have Stankoven still doing his thing. He's trying to make his bid for the Calder Trophy this year. Wyatt Johnston still looking like a stud. Undefeated. You guys beat the Preds in the home opener 4-3. Then beat the Islanders 3-0. I mean, it's the Islanders, so I'm like, it's whatever. It's the Islanders to me. I don't really care about the Islanders. I don't know anyone personally who cares about the Islanders. I know there's people who do, but I don't know anyone personally. And then you beat Seattle 2-0. Stars looking pretty good, man. Tampa Bay. You guys are set to have your home opener tomorrow night. The first game was postponed due to Hurricane Milton. Funny name for a hurricane, but I digress. You guys are set to resume. You guys have your home opener. As a hockey fan, does not matter what team, man. I would love to go any game, anywhere, as long as it's professional hockey. I would hate to have to miss our home opener. Oh, Montreal just scored. But I would hate to have to miss my home opener, our home opener, for something that's out of our control. But the good news is hockey's back in Tampa. Puck's going to drop tomorrow night. I believe it's against the Hurricanes. Is it? I forget. I'll have to look at the schedule again. But regardless, Tampa, your boys are getting ready to do their thing on home ice. Moving on. Then we have the biggest surprise so far. Well, they lost today, so it's not really a big surprise anymore. But who had the Utah Hockey Club starting out as like one of the best teams in the league? I don't know what they got going on over there in Utah. I heard there's a bunch of like Mormon orgies or wife swapping. I don't know. Maybe the boys are partaking in a little bit of that. Who knows? But they have started 3-0. They're now 3-1. But last week, they were looking pretty damn good. Big guns coming from Gunther, whatever you want to say. Gunther. I spelled it wrong on my notes. But that dude signed a massive contract. He's got a killer shot from what we've seen and from some interviews we heard. I can't remember who it was that he had a killer shot, but it was on 32 Thoughts. So I pay attention to that. And then I watched this shot and I'm like, yeah, that thing's lethal. Clayton Keller getting that C and proving the cap is no cap. You know what I'm saying? Getting that OT winner against the Rangers and supposedly the $12 million+ goalie, Shesterkin. Looking pretty good. Like I said, they lost today, but they put on a great week of their first existence in the NHL. Pretty dope. We're going to talk about some stars of the week, man. Let's take a look at it. These are my stars of the week. Now, this is pretty evident on the NHL.com. Some of these guys are there. Obviously, Jack Eichel. He's nasty. What else can you say about Jack Eichel, right? Stanley Cup champion. Player for the USA. Dude's dope. Racked up 7 points. 1 goal, 6 assists. Doing his thing. Then Dylan Gunther. The dude with the rocket of an arm. Rocket of a shot. Putting up 5 goals. Getting the first goal in Utah's history. Dope. And then you got Anderson. From the Flames. Again, who had the Flames where they're at right now? 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Pretty dope. Lane Hudson. I mean, we saw a glimpse of it in college, and then we saw all the highlights and all the stuff coming from training camp. I mean, this dude's got stud written all over him. Calder aspirations, potentially. The rookie class for this year is nuts. Okay. Hudson. Stankoven. Unfortunately, I mean, we know what Stankoven can do because he's done it already in the league, but he was under that threshold of that limit of what a Calder qualifies as. I think it's like 20 games. Don't crucify me. I forget what the number is. Stankoven, Celebrini, Matej Michkov. I can't even say that dude's first name ever for some reason. Celebrini, Smith. Who else? I mean, there's a bunch. But Lane Hudson, 6 points. He might have more now. I haven't seen the stats. I'm watching the game on my iPad right now. It's in the background as well, but I got to see it here. I can't do both at the same time. But Lane Hudson getting one of those stars of the week. And then my like I said, my star of the week for sure out of all these, there's no particular order for me. But other than this, I mean, again, no real order, but I'm going to put Utah as like the star of the week. Utah Hockey Club, Utah hockey fans, star of the week for you guys. 3-0. Did not anticipate that at all. I don't think of them as the Arizona Coyotes anymore. It's a whole new franchise, whole new organization. The boys seem to be hyped to be over there and playing for you guys. I hope you guys reciprocate. Go show them love. You guys have done it pretty good so far. I see the seating situation kind of sucks a little bit, but that is what it is. But yeah, you guys are doing pretty good over there. Other than the loss today, you guys got your first loss today. Well, now you know what it feels like to lose in the NHL. It's a shitty feeling, right? But it's a good feeling. All right, we got a busy week ahead of us. We're rolling up on 21 minutes, so I'm gonna try to make this a little bit faster for you guys as we get there. I'm gonna pull up some stuff here, but in the meantime, again, do me a favor. If I can ever get to my screen, do me a favor. There it is. Hit those buttons, man. It took me a minute to get there, but we're there. Hit those buttons for me. I appreciate it. We're going to pull up to another screen before we jump out of here. Last one. We're going to talk about some games this week because there's some games we need to really pay attention to, so let's do it. Let's pull them up. There we go. These are the games to watch for this week for me. We already had the Utah Hockey Club lose to the Devils today. I watched a little bit on the treadmill. Devils look better than they did in their home opener. That's for sure. Like I said, I don't really pay attention to the Islanders that much, but the Avalanche are struggling a little bit themselves. So I got the Avs on the board. They're playing right now, I think. I don't know what time it is. What time is it? They're about to start right now in about 10 minutes. That's no on my list. Going into tomorrow, Devils, Hurricanes. That seems to be like a great matchup because Hurricanes lost some players to the Devils and it's their return. So, yeah. And then we got the Flyers at Oilers. Oilers are struggling, man. That's really the only reason I have them on my list at all this week is because they're struggling. I want to watch them struggle. I'm just being honest. But I also want to watch the best players in the world be the best players in the world. So that's why I have them on my list. As well as the Flyers. The Flyers are in that rebuild. They got some rookies on there. They got a lot of Russians on their team. So I'm like excited to see them play a little bit more. So again, I always got love for the orange and black. And then on Wednesday, we got the Bruins at Avalanche. That should be a good one. Just because both these teams are stacked. This could be potentially on paper a Stanley Cup matchup, but that's getting way too ahead of myself. Let's let the Avalanche get the first win, which they might get tonight. So, and then towards the end of the week, we got a couple more coming up. Canucks at Panthers. Again, two big teams, two good teams going at it on Thursday. Love to see that one. And then the Oilers and Predators for the same reasons. Both these teams are very good. The Predators got some new pieces to their puzzle. They have Stanley Cup aspirations as well as the Oilers. So this one should be a banger of a game. We got some games on Friday, but nothing really that sticks out to me on Friday. I'll watch whatever's on the TV, but no real bangers for me. And then we go to Saturday. Lots of games on Saturday, but the two that stuck out to me for sure are the Oilers and the Stars, a rematch of that Western Conference Finals. That one should be a real good one. If the Oilers can turn it around this week, it should be for a good matchup. If they keep tanking, I got to imagine they come out for that game specifically, or this game specifically, firing on all cylinders. They need to turn it around because if the Stars come in there and just put the hammer down on them again, heads could be rolling in Edmonton early again. So, yeah, it is what it is. And then we got an original six matchup. Like we have one tonight that I can't watch because I don't have the freaking NHL Network. We got the Rangers of the Maple Leafs. This might be the first time I watched a whole Maple Leafs game this year. Austin Matthews has been held scoreless to this point. I'm sure he'll have something. At least I'm gonna knock on wood for our boy Austin. Hopefully he'll have something come Saturday. But yeah, those are my games to watch for the week. Let me know down in the comments what game you're looking forward to that maybe I didn't have on here. And if you haven't done so already, again, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Let's go back to the face cam. If I can get my nose to stop itching, it would be amazing. But that's it, man. That's the first week of hockey for me, man. It's been a great week. It's been amazing. I love the game a lot, as you can tell. I'm sure you guys do just as much. Like I said, if you watch my videos, I appreciate it. This is the format I think I'm sticking with for a while. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Again, I appreciate all the love, all the likes, whatever it is you guys give me. I love it. I just love talking hockey with my folks. And that's you guys right now. So I'm going to jump over to this game because I can't watch the other one. And then I'm going to get the Avalanche game on here pretty soon. So you guys have a good one, man. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. And go Sharks.